It's not a good day to be a bad guy.
What's up, metalheads? This is Wayne.
And Michelle.
And we are from the Michigan UFO Sightings and Paranormal Encounters podcast. And you are listening to
Burton and Aaron on the Lost in the Dark podcast.
Raise your horns.
Lost in the dark.
Welcome back, Crypt Crew! Thank you so much for joining me on this very special episode of Lost in the Dark podcast. We are back tonight with the one, the only, Lansing's own Recorruptor! Alex and Clint both joined me in the crypt for this one. This was a tremendously special episode for me. I mean, anytime I get to have guys from Recorruptor on, it's special for me, but it's been a while. It's been a long while since I've had anybody except Clint on the show, and that's always just nothing but a treat. But to have Alex here too was just the fucking icing on the cake. So it absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to get into it. But before we do, as always, we got shout outs. First up, our brothers from the Dipping Milk in Cookies podcast. Join Garrett, the Cookie Commander Smith, and Mike, the Master Milker Segovia, as those two best friends try to figure out this thing we call life using friends, guests, and microphones. Absolutely one of my favorite podcasts going right now. Of course, Garrett is the guitarist of the band Wisconsin's own Reflection of Flesh. Outstanding band. But this podcast is amazing. They've shown us a lot of love, and we always like to reciprocate because we couldn't do it without each other. So these guys are amazing. I highly recommend checking out their podcast. I look forward to every new episode every week. They have amazing segments. They have an amazing online community. So be sure to check out the Dipping Milk in Cookies Facebook group. On there, they'll ask weekly questions and stuff, and if you answer them, they'll read your reply live on the show. You'll get a shout out. It's that easy. It's amazing. They also do the Master Milker's Mysterious Mysteries, fucking amazing, where they get into some paranormal topics and stuff like that. And they're just the absolute fucking best. I finally got to meet Garrett in person back on Halloween, and it was just nothing but tremendous magic. So absolutely check out all things Dipping Milk in Cookies podcast. Next up, our fucking Lansing's own brothers, two guys from Bog Wraith, Alex and Mike from the Bog Talk podcast. Be sure to check out all things Bog Talk podcast. Of course, they're two members of Bog Wraith, so be sure to check out all things Bog Wraith as well. But their podcast is outstanding. They go into, I mean, really a lot of it is just diving into horror movies and Marvel movies and DC movies and stuff like that. It is nothing but a good time. So be sure to check out all things Bog Talk podcast. You've heard them on here before, so check them out. And lastly, coming to you from the glacial dumping ground known as the Michigan Basin, Wayne and Michelle are a Michigan-based husband and wife educator and podcasting duo that examine UFOs and other paranormal topics within Michigan and beyond. Topics include the paranormal, conspiracy theories, ghosts, alternative history, the Michigan Dog Man, Bigfoot cryptids, and all things strange and paranormal within and outside of Michigan. Wayne and Michelle, you heard them at the top of the episode. They do that read for us. We did a read for them. They have an amazing paranormal podcast. They've had incredible, unbelievable, unfucking believable guests on already. They've been guests on our show. We've been guests on theirs. We've done swap casts, and you know, between the guests they've gotten and the other shows that they've been invited to be on, they're just absolutely tremendous, and they've made a lot of headway in a very short amount of time in the paranormal community, and I cannot be happier for them. They're fucking amazing. So everybody, and check out, they're another one that has an amazing Facebook group. The podcast, the Facebook group actually predates the podcast by quite a bit. They started there, and then they started the podcast. So everybody be sure to check out all things, including the Facebook page, Michigan UFO Sightings and Paranormal Encounters Podcast, especially if you like the world of all things strange, weird, and paranormal. And keep your eyes to the skies. Love you, Wayne and Michelle. They fucking rule. Now, last up, we got a couple of real quick band shout-outs, as always. First up is our brothers out there. Well, they used to be from California. Now they're a little bit more spread out. But A Suffocating Lie! Fucking absolutely one of my favorite bands that I've ever met through doing this podcast. Their album, The Moral Collapse, I listen to it every time I need to get like pumped up to do a video or something like that. It has stuck with me ever since I first heard it. They fucking blow me away every time. Rich is amazing on social media. I check out all of his shit. They're just an amazing group of guys, an amazing band, and they deserve all your love and attention, especially if you love nasty fucking breakdowns and the mad notes, the maddest of notes. So everybody be sure to check out all things A Suffocating Lie. Again, their most recent release, The Moral Collapse. Check it out. Next up, our family from over there in Wisconsin. They've, of course, been on the show before. I'm talking about Casket Robbery. They just released a brand new music video and track that I did a reaction for that was released a couple weeks ago by now, called Bone Mother. Video was amazing. It was like stop motion claymation kind of stuff. Fucking terrifying. Absolutely beautifully done. And the track is Gnarl City. It is fucking gnarly. The absolute mad notes. And they are extremely active on Twitch. On Twitch, maybe even Discord too. I don't know. They follow them on all social media platforms. They go live on a regular basis to talk to all of their fans. So if you love gnarly ass heavy metal from Wisconsin, fucking check out Casket Robbery. Follow them on all social media platforms because there's plenty of opportunity to actually be able to talk to them. And that, as a fan, for me, as a fan, that's nothing but like the most special thing ever. So fucking amazing. Everybody check out all things Casket Robbery. Now, without further ado, we'll get into it. I got Alex and Clint in the fucking crypt tonight for this episode of Lost in the Dark podcast. We go over all things Recorruptor, what they got coming up, what they've been working on, what it was like coming back after pandemic, everything. We cover the fucking gambit on this one, all right? So I hope you all enjoy, and Alex and Clint, love you guys. Raise your fucking horns, everybody. Raise your fucking horns for Recorruptor. Here we go. Enjoy. One. And we're back. We're back with Clint and Alex from Recorruptor, Lansing's own Recorruptor.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've had anybody in the studio in person.
Oh, yeah.
I had a band come up like a week or so ago from Ohio, but that's been like it since pandemic. And you.
Word.
You were really like the only one. You and Aaron, you know. But you guys just played your last show of the year, right?
Yep.
Yep. Down at the Sanctuary in Detroit. It was the Carnus Immortalis album release show.
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
Oh, it was fucking sick, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's just one of those shows that, you know, makes you say local scene is just growing. Community is always, you know, ever growing. You know, just getting stronger. Always, you know, we played a lot of fucking shows, but when we get the opportunity to say that, you know, an all local lineup like that is trumping some national shows that we play. Like, it's, you know, it's awesome.
It's insane. It was Carnus. It was you guys. It was Dagon. Who else was there?
Archthrone.
Archthrone. That's right.
Yeah.
Monstrous.
Yep.
And Dagon's kind of like they didn't play a whole lot of shows for a long period of time,
They
and
were on
now
about a 2-year hiatus.
yeah, and now they seem to be back. Mm-hmm. They really do.
Full
yeah,
force.
the vocalist had some kind of it wasn't like a cancer, was it? I don't think.
He was sick or something?
He had some kind of issue that took him out for a while, and he just physically couldn't do the vocals. So
fair enough. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
But they're definitely strong as ever.
They're
I've
back
seen
in
those
there
guys a lot, and
kicking ass.
yeah, still one of the best. That's for sure.
So this, but the show and everything, it went off. How's the new? I haven't heard all the new Carnus yet. Have you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How do you guys like it?
Yeah, no, it's
cool.
awesome.
Nice.
It takes them already to a higher echelon. Like,
Hell
it's
yeah.
crazy. I was, curious about what they were gonna do because they're already such technical wizards. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's bonkers. It's like the none so vile Eric Cryptopsy.
Oh shit.
Like,
okay.
it's really fucking wild.
Wow.
No, they're all doing crazy shit. You got Kyle, the bass player. They're going between fret and fretless. He's changing that shit live on stage. Like, they're
Damn.
doing everything they can, dude. And it's gnarly.
That's-
Absolutely gnarly.
That's tough. Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane. And then I don't think it was the show before the one you guys just played with Carnus, but one of the more recent shows you guys played, of course, was that Halloween night show.
Yeah.
With Battlecross, the breathing process, the convalescence, reflection of flesh, war, pestilent age, and hate unbound, and you guys.
Yep.
And yo, have you guys ever played a show on Halloween before?
No?
Really? First time?
I mean, I haven't. I don't know if he ever has.
I'm not recalling one specifically. No.
That was the first one I'd ever even been to on Halloween,
Yeah.
like at all, like even seeing one.
Yeah.
And that lineup, again, another example of mostly relatively local acts, or at least local in their own, because Breathing Process, I think, is from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then, of course, Convalescence is from Ohio, but
They might as well be Michigan.
yeah,
Right.
kinda. And, that was just such an insanely stacked lineup. And you guys had never seen that venue before, had you? The Diesel
First time.
Concert Lounge. What'd you think? Pretty sick,
That was
right?
cool.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, the
Yes.
two just big ass stages was
2 full stages.
Dude, that was cool.
Yeah.
Anytime I can spend my downtime bowling, that's pretty dope.
And the
Pre-show.
whole thing's in like a bowling alley with they called it like a pinball museum right there at the front when you walk in.
Yeah, I felt like I played at Craig's Cruisers. It was dope.
It was a wild place though. I've never seen anywhere like that in Michigan at all.
Yeah.
So I thought it was really cool. Really cool venue. Good sound on both sides too. Good sound.
Yeah.
Just had a giant stage. You guys fucking killed it in your costumes.
Yeah,
Glad
that
they
was
didn't
interesting.
disappoint.
That was
First time I left my shirt on for a set.
Oh shit, that's right. I didn't even think about that.
There were probably some mad fans, but
Yeah,
in the spirit of Halloween,
fuck them.
Ooh.
All right, so that was like the last show you guys had scheduled, at least so far, to play for the rest of the year.
Yep.
What are any future plans for next show coming up? Any ideas yet?
We don't have anything booked.
But no. But you are planning on continuing through next year, heavy though.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
we're gonna take the probably up until March is when we're thinking
Okay.
we'll come back. But
Yeah.
we spent. I think we already mentioned this before on the last time we were here, but we spent a lot of the pandemic writing and whatever. So now we're kind of at the point where we're just gonna take the winter off to finalize what we've got and really be critical of what we want to put on the next record. Yeah. So, we're pretty stoked on it. We're working with about 15 skeletons, 16
of the 15,
maybe.
about 5 are almost like laid all the way out, but it's just kind of little onesie twosies to figure out. You know, this little riff, maybe change it here. Or
Okay.
that, but we're definitely going to take the time to
Looking at
tweak
a
everything.
full length.
It might actually end up being a full length and an EP.
Oh,
There's
shit.
just that much.
Okay. Well, that's awesome.
It really depends, because we don't want to be like, we've got all these songs and we don't want to put anything out that we're not absolutely satisfied with.
Sure.
So it's not like we don't want to just be like, okay, here's a super fucking chock full powerhouse album with an EP of 4 throwaway songs. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
So it'll depend on how we're feeling with the music, but if we really wanted to, we could.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It would be sick. A lot of that seems to be a thing that a lot of bands are doing right now. They'll release a 3-4 track monster of an EP and then come out with the full length. A little while later.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be a bad idea.
Yeah, it would tide people over, that's for sure. I mean, it's even though Funeral Corridor is only barely a year old at this point. It's
True.
still, you know.
Yeah, because you guys released that during pandemic.
August
So-
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this year was the first time you got to play any of those songs live, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
With the exception of like Tormented Aggress,
All the
because we had already
singles
been
we,
promoting
we
that,
teased
but-
those out. You know,
Yeah.
half a year before the album was out, but now we can actually, play the deep cut stuff and gauge reactions about it, which is cool.
What has that experience been like so far?
I mean, it's definitely been awesome.
Yeah.
It's been worthwhile. It was a long time coming, you know. We spent fucking, when Blood Moon come out, 17?
Yeah. Something like
17.
that.
So we spent 2.5 years playing the same songs.
Right.
You know, the Blood Moon shit. And even still, with that being our first record, we were already playing those songs well before that.
Of course. Of course. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I'm
you know.
entering, getting close to my 6th year in the band, and that was like a solid 3.5 of those beginning years, just on Blood Moon. So having the new stuff, and I still love the songs. It's there's no lost love about Blood Moon, but something about Funeral Corridor, man, it's a lot more. It's fun to play. It's just it hits, and it's fun seeing, like I said, the reactions to like the slam part in Souls or the fast part in Souls.
Was it a noticeably different experience coming out and playing the songs for the first time, knowing that the fans had been listening to them for almost a year?
Yeah, that was the crazy part too. Was I think with Blood Moon, it took us a while. It took us a while for people to kind of know the songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess I can't really tell you why necessarily. I think there's a number of factors that probably go into that, but when we did the Funeral Corridor, everything about it was already, it's way improved on Blood Moon. The sound quality is way better. The performance is way better. I think the songwriting is far better. So when we came back, it was just kind of crazy. Even the first show back, we already had people, shouting the die on the moribund. And
that's exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about.
Yeah,
they had a lot of time to really dig on it, really digest it, and it was to bounce off that. It was cool. Those first couple shows doing that, and then seeing people mouth along to the words that there's times I forget about because it was still still new to playing. But no, man, it's been fun. Even I'd say we were just structured way more going into Funeral Corridor, man. All the songs were completely like, yep, this is it. There's there's always tweaks when you're recording stuff, but it was like, this is the song, this is what's going on. Anything that we add to it is just hey, that's cool. But they were all there.
Somewhat. I don't know. I kind of felt like it was that way for like half of the record, but then there were songs that was like, I don't know. I know for sure that Josh didn't have a lot of it written when we went into the studio. He kind of freeformed it, which, I mean,
what he do?
You listen to the performance, and there's clearly benefit to that, but at the same time, you wonder what could have been if we had just, like really had the time to do it. But I mean, shit, it was 3 years apart between records.
Right.
For local, that's not wonderful timing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But we just knew that we needed to have something, like we needed to have a guy that really understood what we were going for. As far as a producer goes, we needed to have a sound that was way better. Because again, the Blood Moon, the songs are good, but we didn't really land where we wanted to with the production. I've mentioned it many times.
Yeah.
So we knew that we couldn't do that again.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
learn from the mistake. Yeah.
Right. So when we did the Funeral Corridor, and it all sounded the way that it did, it was so much more improved. I think everybody was. Everybody that already knew us really took notice and was like, whoa, okay. These guys are, serious about this shit.
Yeah.
And it's just going to keep going, in that direction. We learn from our mistakes. We really heed to it. And, I mean, album number 3 is going to blow Funeral Corridor out of the water, that's for sure.
So when it comes to the songwriting process, when do you feel like, is there a point where you ever feel like a song is actually done? Or you just kind of are done with it?
That's a good question, actually. That's a really good way of putting that. That also makes my brain fizzle a little bit.
I feel like, we all have. I say we all. I'm of Clint, Caleb, Seth. I don't play a whole lot of guitar. They have their riffs and stuff. We all pitch in ideas, or we'll do whatever. But I feel it's everybody. We all come at it with either maybe a quarter of a song. Or there's been times Seth's I've got this idea, and then it's 5 minutes long. He goes, here's a song. We're like, okay, cool. We'll check it out.
Right.
He's just got riffs on riffs on riffs. So we'll sit down, we'll individually at home, put on our headphones, and we'll listen to it, and we'll do our critiques. It's hey, this could be changed. We could do this, and then we'll listen to it. We'll get together on our band practices, and we'll just keep messing with stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll go, okay, maybe that we'll play with it, get the structure moving. Yeah. And then to a point where nobody's doing if this anymore, that's kind of where we go, all right, there's the song.
Right.
Okay.
But that's kind of the reason, that answer is kind of the reason why your question made my brain fizzle a little bit, is because that process is only the way that we've been doing it for the new songs.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So when we did Blood Moon, Dustin, he started the band, he had a lot of these songs already written.
Okay.
So
there was no process.
The studio, especially with him, he was only in the band 3 months before going into the studio.
Goddamn. Okay.
That was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So
right into it.
Right. So those songs were already written by the time we went into the studio, and then with Funeral Corridor, I kind of felt like it was for the title track per se. Mm-hmm. I had everything mapped out that I wanted with a couple of holes in it, I guess, that I needed help filling. So I went to Seth and said, "Hey, help me out with this and whatever." Mm-hmm. And there was a little bit of that, a little bit of collaboration for that. But for the most part, one of us wrote a song, and that's the way that it was. Okay, I know how I want this song to go. So when it came to the touching up, I guess there was a little bit of collaboration, but for the most part, all those songs in the Funeral Corridor, you can writing credit one person.
Yep.
Wow.
I think the only one that you could really share credit with is Souls of Limbo. Seth and I kind of had equal parts in that one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But
I think that could, that also kind of speaks a lot to each individual's writing ability, because when you listen to the album, it doesn't sound that way. It sounds like it should all be there together. It sounds like it was all written with the same thing in mind.
All 5 heads together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we did have that concept of what we wanted the album to sound like before we really started writing.
Uh-huh.
We all knew that we wanted to take it in a much more brutal technical death metal rather than flashy technical death metal, if you will. Progress prog tech, I guess, if you will. Okay. I don't know. There's those two kind of streams of tech. Mm-hmm. And we wanted to take it in a brutal and darker position because I already had the lyrical concept in mind. I was like, this is what I want to do. This is the idea. Yeah. Music needs to kind of flow with that. And I think when we ended up writing the songs, I think because we just had that one poster board idea for what we, wanted the album to sound like, I think everybody, had their own vision of that. Mm-hmm. And wrote to how they felt about it, because I think you can see a clear similarity in the way that I wrote, the Funeral Corridor in Bestow Upon Me Pure Death, mm-hmm. and Forever in Exile of Darkness. Even though they're all different tempos, I think that there is a there's a certain line. Kind of mm-hmm. Darkness to those.
Okay.
That whereas when Seth came in and did it, he really, with Tormented Egress and Blessed Obsession and Amidst the Breathless I Weep, I think those really showcase more of the brutal side of the darkness rather than the melancholy that I was thinking about.
Okay.
I guess, it clearly shows Tormented Egress and Blessed Obsession are using. They have some of the most ass-pounding riffs. What I mean?
Thanks, Seth.
Yeah.
writing hard riffs.
And then Dustin, obviously, with more abundant, watchful eyes, obviously had a more brooding sense, I guess. I think that's more blatantly evil on those songs.
Okay.
And
Blatantly evil.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, Dustin, the way that Dustin wrote his material was always very straightforward,
Yeah.
and in the best way too.
Yeah.
He was always very good at right from the beginning note, this was the song, this is the point, and it's going to follow that the whole time. I think he was very good at that part. So, like I said, everybody had this idea and it came together, but it makes you wonder, I guess, because all these songs have such a different aura about them, at least to me, when I listen to it.
Yeah.
I know that my perspective is going to be different from a fan's like yours.
Absolutely.
But it makes you wonder what it would be like if we had all sat down and done the shit together and really pitched in everybody's ideas all at once,
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what we're trying to do with the new material.
Okay.
I think,
That's awesome.
I think we have all started out with riffs, and then we bring it together. And I think especially with Caleb in the fold, he's very receptive to what we're trying to go for.
Because he didn't come in time to be able to write anything on Funeral Corridor, right? So this is his first crack at with you guys at least.
Yeah. Right.
So that's exciting.
Yeah,
That's
he's put forth a couple songs, and they're all just they're just pounding.
Hell yeah.
Dude, they're super cool.
Yeah.
He goes, "You guys are doing this? All right, got it." And he came at us with some riffs, man. Going back on what you were saying, going from, I'm glad it wasn't polarizing from Blood Moon to Funeral Corridor. The last couple songs written, Sleep Eater. Different vibe there, and that led into, I still think Sun Drinks the Blood of the Earth was the very early precursor to the sound we have now.
Yeah, I agree.
And,
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've talked about redoing some of those songs too.
Yeah.
And
It'd be cool bonus tracks or something like that.
We've thought about that too, the suffocation thing. Yeah.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Suffocation, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but their second album, Breeding the Spawn. Have you ever listened to Breeding the Spawn before?
Maybe once.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like shit.
It's awful.
Okay.
It is terrible.
Like
It doesn't stick out in my memory. So.
Yeah. Well, that's probably why. You probably said,
Probably
fuck
good."
this. Threw it away. I don't know. But those songs are so well written, being in that period of time between Effigy of the Forgotten and Pierce Within, two of the greatest death metal records ever.
Masters.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, the mix and master just sucks.
So what they do with it then?
So starting with Pierce from Within, they took one song from Breeding the Spawn, which actually was the title track for that one, and re-recorded it.
Okay.
As the last track of the album.
Oh,
and
cool.
every single
Did it
album after
consecutively
that.
until I worked through the album.
Every single
Oh,
after that, they just recorded and re-recorded a song.
that's neat.
Yeah.
I like that idea, and it kind of re-envisions the songs through the current lens of the band in a way, because you can't like go back and do it again the exact same way. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a different time period, so
Right.
that's cool. I did not know that they did that.
Yeah. So we've thought about that, but in the same sense, there's a couple of songs on Blood Moon that I wouldn't be upset if we never touched.
Fair
I
enough.
agree with that.
It's just I just don't. Blood of the Decapitated doesn't really like represent what Recorruptor does anymore. I
Fair
guess
enough. Yeah.
I'd probably if it was up to me, I mean, Sun, we would redo 100%.
Okay.
Flesh.
Yep.
Flesh eating flesh for sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind redoing Sleep Eater again.
Yeah.
I think if we could modernize it, like you said, do it more, kind of restructure.
With through the current length, because
Right.
like you said, some of them just don't represent the band anymore. At the time they did, not anymore. So what would these sound like through the current lens. You know what I'm saying?
I just think it'd be
cool.
great to hear Alex DeRose do it now.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be sick.
It's just, him and I are both way better vocalists now than we
Even
were.
nastier, even tunnel throatier.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, a few of those songs it would be cool to do again. So I don't know. Maybe do a couple bonus track
I've still got
re-recordings
love
or
in my
something.
heart for Sepulchre, but that song is a motherfucker.
Yeah, every time we talk about doing it, you cry like a little
That song
bitch.
is a motherfucker, dude. I love to listen to that song.
It hurts my fingers.
It do.
Hurts my fingers. You know what? It wouldn't be a problem if you played with a pick like a man.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I'm not Dave Ellefson.
I don't think you want to be Dave Ellefson.
I don't think Dave Ellefson wants to be Dave Ellefson.
Yeah.
Oof.
You can be Dave Ellefson up until before this year.
Right. Yeah.
Well, what then? I gotta know. I know we've kind of talked about it somewhat privately and stuff, but what was it like for you guys personally? Finally getting back on stage again after the first show back was the Avenue, correct? Or no, it was just Sanctuary. It was Sanctuary.
Nope, not even then. It was
I'm blanking here.
Hot Rock.
Hot Rock.
It was, at the Ritz. Yes, with Carnus.
July 14th. No, a little later than that. Mid-July.
Mid-July. Yeah. I was there. I was at that. There's no way I could miss that one.
It was tight.
And it was also the final show ever to be performed at that venue, which was another cool ass venue. I thought that place was pretty sick.
Yeah.
Besides the parking.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That was the crazy thing too. I mean, hearing that like the day before, the day of,
you guys just found it. Yeah.
That morning, I think it was like 8 a.m. Clint goes, "Hey, so I just found this out," and he shares their post about it. They made that the night before.
Yeah, I was kind of shitting my pants too because we had that Lansing show the month before that got fucked up,
rained out. That's right.
On my birthday.
That's right. That's right.
That was an interesting day.
Yeah. So when the Hot Rock posted, "Yeah, we're done,"
I
was like, "Oh, dude, don't tell me you're ripping this away from me now." So yeah, no, I mean, obviously it was a blast being on stage again.
Yeah. It was a really good show. Like you said, Carnus was there. Pickaxe Preacher, they were great.
Yeah,
it was just us three.
That was it, right? Yeah,
because then they had like DJs and rappers afterwards.
That's right. That's right. It was like a weird kind of bill like that. But man, it was a good time. What was it like? Just finally coming back.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure everybody else can attest to this too, but I went through a severe depression over quarantine because of that. Like that's, playing live is my outlet.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, I mean, practice does the job, I suppose, but not like playing live, no.
It's different when it's like your band guys. Those are your brothers. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? The camaraderie's cool, but at a venue, you're like, you've got the crowd. As someone in the band, you see the people and you're like, okay, I'm gonna conversate. It's just a room full of, friends and friends to be.
Exactly.
Not having that for a year. I know, like Clint said, we all kind of felt lost. I know every single band around can say that, from touring bands to us local guys. Man, you take away what we do, and we're kind of useless.
Yep.
Yeah, I know everybody feels different, views things different when it comes to the bandhood stuff, but I don't know, for me, like I've said it before, I'm not like wonderful at anything else. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
I my purpose is there, so, and especially getting success from it, and having some random person come up and say, you're the shit, you really helped me, or something, whatever it may be. And it's just like you see this spreading. You know what I mean? So when I'm sitting on my ass, watching Netflix every fucking day.
Right. Not able to do anything.
Not able to do anything. Not able to see anybody.
Yeah.
It's like, what's my purpose?
Exactly. Exactly. And I mean, and I said this a lot over that time period. It's like, typically metalheads aren't exactly described as social butterflies.
Right.
So it's not like we're out there, we don't have big groups. We have our group, and that's it.
Yeah.
And
When you don't get, even from a fan standpoint, when you don't get to go see that family on a regular basis, that's all you got.
Yeah.
You know, bars, you know, these other things, that's, you know, whatever. So other social, you don't go to a movie and start talking to a whole bunch of random strangers like you do at a fucking concert. So like, it's just, that's the only place to do that. And when it's taken away, we never thought it would. You know what I mean? Like, in the 15 years I've been going to concerts, I've maybe had 2 or 3 ever canceled. Ever.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, everything, like,
The world
it was
just stopped.
Nuts. Never did we think it would be even possible.
That's definitely the crazy thing is that you have this way of life, and then all of a sudden,
Gone.
you don't.
It's
funny.
so crazy.
It's funny you joke about that. My fiance likes to joke. She's like, you know, you say you're not a social person, but I see you running around at shows. I'm like, it's a different vibe, though. You get me in a mire, and I'm like, oh my god, nobody look at me.
Yeah.
I go to a metal show. I'm like, I know that guy. We're all there for a purpose. We're all there. I don't care who you are. I can stop anybody in that room and go, hey, I also like this band, and I like that guy.
Yeah.
You know, so when that. You know,
I like the Myers comment because that's me 100%. Dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, I like to call. I don't know. Doing this stuff, I consider myself either the most introverted extrovert or vice versa. I don't really know, but
it's awkward talking to people about anything that you can't relate to enough.
Right.
So when you're a person like us that is into a very niche market.
Yes.
And nobody can relate to that.
It's rare enough. It's rare enough to. Oh shit. Oh. It's rare
Lick
enough. I'm not used to having fans.
Lick it.
It's rare enough to the point where you if you are walking through a Myers and you see someone sees your Iron Maiden t-shirt on or whatever, and they just do that.
You're like, yeah.
You're like, that just made my day.
Yep.
That just made my
100%.
whole fucking day.
I might never see that guy again, but
Yeah.
we shared a wavelength, man.
Exactly.
It's because there's somebody out there that understands.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's deeper than just hey, they like the band that I like.
One of my favorite like quotes ever is like from Rob Zombie, where he's like, "It's not casual music for casual people." He's like, I've never met the guy that was into Slayer for one summer. I've met the guy that had Slayer carved across his chest.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
That's what kind of sums it up perfectly right there.
They know.
Yeah.
They know what you know, and you know what they know.
But like everyone around you somehow doesn't. And it's not a dog on them or anything like that. Like I'm sure we all have family members that are like, when are you gonna cut your hair?
Like, no, fuck them.
You listen to Metallica.
We all just went to Thanksgiving. I'm sure we all just saw a couple of them.
I get the looks every year. It's fun being the black sheep sometimes.
Yes.
But,
Exactly. Yeah, it's so funny. We
Yep.
can all relate on that immediately.
Right.
it was cool. Just hitting the hot spots again. Now that as any of us Lansing guys know, we don't have Max anymore. So the Avenue, I got to see a lot of the Max crowd at the Avenue.
That was a really cool show.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a nice little setup they had. That new situation right up at the front of the stage was kind of odd.
It's interesting.
But
I'm still so surprised I didn't bust that thing.
I know.
I thought one of us was gonna fall. Yeah.
For sure. But it was a nice little setup, decent sound. It had a good crowd. There was a little bit of moshing going on, and it was awesome to see you guys, of course, back in downtown Lansing again.
Yeah,
like that
back
was
in our
just,
home. Thanks, Sean Peters, for that one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was just special.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
And then you guys did. So your first show back, you hit a bar that's closing forever.
Yo.
And then the next one, I think, was the Avenue, right?
No,
or was another one in between, or was it because there was a
Pyramid Scheme.
I was gonna say, unless it was Pyramid Scheme.
Digital release, yes.
Mm-hmm.
How I've never seen a show there. How is that place? You like
cool.
it?
Yeah,
it's the pinball place, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
And the venue is painted like a pinball machine, so it makes
No
you feel
way.
like you're in a pinball machine.
It's cool.
Oh, that's
It's super
neat.
cool.
Yeah.
That's neat. I
And
didn't
playing
know
there is
that.
pretty cool. I mean, they've got their rules, and they're pretty strict on them. But as long as we're cool dudes. So
You
it's
played
not-
there a bunch.
Yeah.
So
They-
yeah.
Offhand, I mean, not like know us, but like all Recorruptor guys. Okay, they've been here X amount of
They know.
times.
Yeah.
They know what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, whenever we go there, it's cool. And actually, now that you say it, the only times we've ever played there is when we're supporting Vestigial.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Because we did all of their album releases.
All three of them.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Oh, that's pretty cool.
So we played there 3 times. I played there more times from old bands.
Okay, fair. Really? It's been around that long? I
Yeah.
didn't realize that. I mean, I knew it had been there for a while,
2010
but as a
or 11 maybe.
okay. Wow, that seems farther back than I realized.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool, though.
And I've seen a lot of shows there too. So
I mean, I know there were some great shows. There's one, I think, fucking Thy Art played their Holy War tour there or something like that.
yeah,
That's cool.
Yep, they did.
That would have been sick. That would've
I
been nuts.
saw Black Dahlia Murder there.
Oh,
It was, well, they played there a couple of times, but this one was the Everblack tour, and they did like a small week-long run with Lorna Shore before they were shit.
okay.
You know, I think they just had I think Maleficent might have been new.
Okay. Oh, wow. So
Yeah,
real early.
So really
All right.
early. Yeah, they just had the one EP and the one old EP, and I don't even think they were playing anything from that.
Okay.
I don't know. But
That'd have been a sick show.
oh, it was gnarly. It was packed, sold out, and Dahlia probably played for like an hour and a half.
Damn.
Yeah,
Shit.
because they had like 2 local openers that played for 30 minutes, and yeah, it was tight.
Hell
It
yeah.
was so tight. That's the most I've ever stage dove.
Damn.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, the scheme is it's cool for stuff like that too, because you got the little pinball bar up in front. You can go hang out, get a beer, or whatever. You walk in back, and it's got the big walkway down to the stage there. Then there's 2 sections up higher with chairs and stuff. It's people who don't like to be in the mosh pit. You can be clearer up, and you can be right up on eye level with the stage. It's really cool, man.
That's sick.
It's a killer venue.
And there's always a lot of
like
people
that.
too.
Yeah,
There's always a lot of
decent
people.
size,
Hell yeah.
ton of fun.
Because Grand Rapids doesn't get a lot of
No,
metal shows.
Not
that are
really.
Local, you know.
not really. They do still have some pretty solid venues, but nothing that was quite as small as the Orbit Room that I was ever aware of, and I don't think the Orbit Room's been there for quite a long time. And that's where I saw a
13
lot of
maybe,
stuff.
13
Yeah.
or 14 it went. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. I saw a lot of stuff in that venue, but no, I mean the intersection's good, but it's kind of bigger.
Yeah.
And the 20 Monroe Live, I mean, like that's where like Lamb of God plays if they come to Grand Rapids.
That's
But
it.
that's not
So-
even a thing anymore either.
What?
20 in a row.
Yeah, they sold that out to. It's not 20 Monroe anymore. I can tell
Is
you
it a
that.
venue still?
I don't think so.
God
Google that.
damn it, because that was a great
Yeah, I
venue.
never-
I think it's a banquet hall now.
Oh no,
that's a shame.
that's what they're fucking doing with the loft.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a wedding venue
Yeah,
now.
I'm like, what bride is gonna walk up those stairs?
Right.
Are you fucking
All
kidding
the
me?
way up those
Are
stairs.
you fucking kidding me? Like, insane. Oh my god, I did not, because that was that was a great venue because you walk in there's like the main lobby or whatever, but then you walk in the main concert area and it's just like a whoosh. It's like you can literally hear the muffled sound, like you could tell this place is designed for sound, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like you can note, like it almost feels like your ears are popping but they're not popping, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking wild.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
But
All right, real quick, I'm gonna grab some paper towel. But
Yeah.
think about this. I do want to ask you guys, in terms of just going back to shows as fans, what your favorite one of the year has been so far.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't even
I've been to a couple.
been to a couple.
I've been to all local stuff, so. Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, this year I didn't go to a lot of shows.
I was supposed to. A bunch of shit got canceled for next year. I've really only been to some local stuff at the Avenue. We went over
Okay.
there for,
Drink Their Blood.
yeah.
Ooh, oh yeah.
That thing. I forget what the name of the show
I
was.
wanted to
know.
go to that. I don't know why I didn't.
I don't know if it was just another dark arts thing.
Well, I think it was. I think it was a free show too, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it was put on by, I think, just Sean and Brad. Mostly Brad, right?
right.
Yeah, that one was cool.
Well, Sean, I think Sean's the guy that
Did
does
he?
that.
I'm seeing him next year, but I was supposed to see Rage Against the Machine and Run the Jewels
Ugh.
this year. Seeing that next year,
I'm glad that's at least still happening.
everything
Yeah.
just got pushed. Yeah.
Yeah, but there are certain ones like that one that really felt like okay, it got pushed. Now this might just never happen because maybe in 2 years the band doesn't want to reunite anymore, like that, or My Chemical Romance, that kind of stuff.
Well, especially with a lot of European bands, you're like, most of us in Recorruptor, we're going to go see Meshuggah next year.
Yep.
And it's like, if that gets canceled, they're from fucking Sweden. They don't come to the U.S. that often.
Ever.
Visas are expensive as shit.
Ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't ever come to the United States. Yeah.
Nah, man, this year was just
Mostly
just
local
checking
stuff?
out local stuff.
Fair enough.
That's at least what I saw. I think you've been to a couple more.
I'm just blanking.
You were just at Vitriol.
Yeah, that was cool. We did just see Dying Fetus.
Oh,
Grand
shit.
Rapids. It was Dying Fetus, Terror, Brand of Sacrifice, and Vitriol opened.
Brand
Sound like a Thursday.
Vitriol ripped. They're
so good.
aggressive, dude. So aggressive. Oh my god. Brand of Sacrifice was okay. I like the vocalist a lot.
Hell yeah.
I think he was really solid and maintained it the whole time. But I don't know. It's not a. I really try and not sound so elitist about it because I do like the band. I do. I like the music, but they do the the whammy shit, the whatever,
Like the alarm clock riffs or whatever.
shit, right? Yeah.
Digitech drop 2.
But they didn't do it. It was backtracked over the speaker
Laptop somewhere.
And on one hand, you're like, this is some really artificial shit. I'm not saying you have to play everything or whatever. But after you see Car Bomb do that shit with one guitarist, and a 6-string, and he does everything,
pedal board the size of this state, yeah,
like he does it all.
Yeah.
So after you see Car Bomb do it, it's like, all right, guys,
it's
come
unmatched.
on. It can be done.
Yeah, it can be done. Yeah.
God.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point, though.
Man.
I mean, that's, and I don't think that's necessarily elitist. I think that's a thing in especially metal music that, like, the artificial sounds and the crazy stuff that you can do, it can be done right. Some of it does sound really cool, but at the end of the day, if you can't do it live, like that's kind of like the standard, right?
Well, it's especially because the way that the Brand of Sacrifice writes their music, a lot of it is, sprinkled and peppered across the tracks.
Right.
So a lot of the time they are just, doing the chug and whatever, and the riff, and then they just stopped for the thing to go whatever, and then they go back in it like 5 or 6 times in a song, and it's just like.
I don't mind if there's samples in a song, but there's bands that I've seen do it well. The Ritualist guys, man, they had their they had their laptop and it had like the ambient stuff in the background, but they were just fucking riffing the whole time over it. They're playing their parts, but the samples are meant for just to fill out that sound, to give it that layer.
Yeah,
that's where I like that. I'm also an old school thrash boy, so like
exactly. So no, but I like when it's something like you were just describing, where it's like a background ethereal effect. No, that's kind of different.
Yeah, that's different.
It's either you have a laptop on stage or you need a keyboardist,
right?
And, you know. So I get that, but to stop so that way the dive bomb track can play or something, like,
right? Well, especially because you get a Digitech whammy, get that Floyd Rose out.
That's it. Makes fucking noise.
You do it, So I don't know.
And you been hailing that bitch.
I mean, like, that's fucking every other note in a Zakk Wylde is
just a fat ass band. Yeah.
But either way, I mean, it was all right.
Were you at the Dahlia show?
No.
Oh shit! I thought you were for some reason.
No.
Damn it.
Probably because I'm usually at every Dahlia show.
Yeah,
it took a break.
They just both happen to be on Tuesdays.
So it was on a Tuesday.
Yeah, weekday shows are hard.
The Grand Rapids and Detroit.
Oh,
both on
really?
Tuesdays.
Oh, wow.
I'm forever sad I missed that Imperial Triumphant show that Seth went to. Again, on a Monday. I'm like, I can't swing that. I got to work.
Yeah.
Yep. all the cool tours. They're like, hey, we're in Detroit on a Monday.
Yeah. A lot of that's true too. Not a lot of them come through on weekends.
No.
At all. It's kind of weird.
Weekends are the big venues.
You can't blame them.
Not at all.
I never blame anybody for the way that the tours are routed, because it's just.
It's not. I don't. Does the band even choose that?
Somebody has to get it. Generally, no.
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah. Right. So
generally, bands of that caliber have a
somebody
company.
You're going to be here at this time.
yeah. Exactly.
They have touring management that
the whole
does
agencies.
that.
I mean, to the credit of those bands, it's like, you on your weekdays, you got to think of it like, if we could offer to show on a weekday, we've taken them, but it's like, who's going to be there?
Right.
As opposed to something on a Saturday or maybe a Friday, maybe a Thursday.
Yeah.
Like, here's a Tuesday show. That's just a rough day. You're already one day into work and people are tired.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So we get that luxury, though.
Yeah.
We're not
I
a
know big
touring
bands.
band.
Yeah, big bands.
Yeah.
In terms of weekends, that's when they're playing the DTEs. They're playing the big stadium venues where everybody's going to make their weekend plans for.
Right.
Can't blame them for that.
No.
Yeah. So.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, we are getting towards the real close towards the end of the year, and I feel like this might almost need to be its own episode. This question, but I gotta just give me just one or two. I know that you're not gonna be able to. Give me one or
This
two of your
podcast is
favorite
going to be
albums.
6 hours long.
Right. Give me just one or
Now
two.
he's
of
whipping
your,
out the phone.
your top albums of the year of 2020.
I don't have.
You know what?
I don't
You know
have
what?
a list. What?
You know what? Let me actually dial that back, because it's been so long since I've really talked with you guys and stuff. Let's do favorite albums since pandemic.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. We're
do
going
that.
to be here for 12 hours.
Yeah, because
Just give me, like,
especially
one
I'd
or
have to
two.
really think about that because I didn't really.
Think because
I didn't
okay,
do
so
a
the
list last year, so that's hard.
for me the last big one before pandemic was like
I got to grab my phone, too.
Death Atlas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So think after Death Atlas up to now, roughly.
Yeah. Again, that's tough because I didn't do a 2020 list.
That's also
we got
a ton
Verminous.
of albums.
Verminous is on there. There's a new Lamb of God.
Actually, the Verminous it's still good, but it didn't hold up as well as I wanted it to.
Do you like Nightbringer more?
I do like
Yes.
Nightbringer more.
Fair enough.
I will say Leather
I
Apron
think-
Scorn is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah. I think
That's
the
the highlight.
songwriting is super fucking sick, and I really like what they've done to their overall sound. But I thought I didn't notice it until later because I had listened to it on something besides my car.
Okay.
It sounds a little odd. Like the guitars are really quiet. Yeah,
I didn't pick up on that
because I've got the treble cranked in my shit.
Okay.
So
Okay.
those guitars are coming through. But then I listened to it in Crystal's Kia, and it is quiet.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't pick up. Maybe I should give another spin.
Yeah.
I will start off the new albums. The new Cannibal Corpse
There we go.
is one of my fucking favorite Cannibal Corpse records, and I will defend that.
Yeah,
It's
that's a top
so
one for me.
Goddamn good.
Yeah, I can't. It's almost like you. After everything this late in your career, you're gonna drop this. Like it's so damn good.
It's not like they needed the refresh, but Eric Rattan came in and just said, "Fuck you guys, we're heavier now,"
yeah, kinda.
and murdered it, dude.
And he really is a fucking genius as a producer and on guitar.
Yeah.
He knows how to do it.
He's a very special talent.
I'm
that
a
guy.
huge Hate Eternal fan, and
Yeah.
he understands that. Like, you go to any of their albums, and it's just that thick. Fuck you! You're getting punched in the gut production, and that's exactly what I want with those low tune, that style of guitar playing with Cannibal Corpse and with Hate Eternal.
Yeah.
And it just sounds massive.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, it does. It sounds.
Love it.
It sounds huge. It has really good consistent rhythm throughout it, but also it sounds. It has that good consistent rhythm, but it sounds just as violent as like their earliest stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, it's. Ugh.
Well, I mean, ever since they first got Rutan on the production board or the mixing board.
I think the first one was Kill. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's only been one without him since. I think Skeletal Domain wasn't him.
Right. That was Brendan O'Brien, maybe?
I don't remember. But I love Skeletal Domain. It's a good album.
Yeah, that is.
Underappreciated.
I don't think Cannibal has a bad album. They don't.
Yeah,
Like,
I'd actually agree with that.
yeah.
There's some I like less than others, but
The only
yeah.
one that I could ever say that I don't really visit a lot is Gore Obsessed. But even still,
Okay.
like, there's a couple of songs on because it had that has Pit of Zombies on there, doesn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, but even still, like, it's still, I can put it on and it's going to be tight.
It's good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're consistently, it's like,
Yeah.
you know what you're getting, but it's never stale because they're
Right.
it's just good, gory, stupid fun,
Yeah.
and they know they're doing it. Like that's
Yeah.
they're self-aware about these lyrics are kind of like cheesy horror.
Yes.
But that's why you're there for it.
Right. Yes.
You know.
Yes, they are
Yeah.
very self-aware.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, ever since they got Rutan on for Kill and has done quite a few of their out, because I don't think he did Evisceration Plague either.
Ooh, good pull. He might not have. I don't remember.
I actually, because I think they did Kill, went to somebody else, did Torture, then went to somebody else for Skeletal Domain, and then did Red Before Black and this one with Rutan.
And now this one is the first time he's ever been on guitar as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I
Yep.
think that definitely added a hint
Yeah.
of just extra ferociousness that wasn't really there before in the same kind of way.
Yeah. But my point of bringing him up in that aspect of the producer is the fact that, I mean, obviously I wasn't there I was young, so I wasn't there to watch them before Kill or whatever,
Yeah,
but
right.
there's
Fair enough.
videos and whatever.
Yeah.
And once they got Rutan involved in shit, they were Cannibal Corpse was really able to translate how their records sound to how they play them live.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're
it's the same chunk.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Hearing them live, it's uncomparable. I mean, they play fucking like, drop Q. They play really tuned way the fuck low on 6 strings.
Yeah.
That when they were doing the tour video, when Pat was Dremel drilling his fucking Floyd Rose to get that fat string in there, they're playing tune way the fuck down, and with like bad production, that's gonna be flubby.
Exactly.
But live, dude, their guitar techs are wizards. Like it's
Yeah.
it's so thick, and it just hits you.
I think it's still 7-string. It's 7-string guitars.
I don't know.
I just don't think they do that because they don't transpose the old songs.
No,
So
I
they
mean
might
all
do
the
the
old
6
stuff
strings,
isn't.
but I'm
until
almost sure Vile they started doing. It was either Vile or
they
Gallery
may have.
started doing 7 strings
Yeah.
because of Pat O'Brien.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it would have been Gallery.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Gallery Suicide. But yeah, sick fucking record. Love
Yeah.
that record too. It's one of my fucking tops of this year. I think it's got to go to Between the Buried and Me.
I was about to say Colors too.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh,
I just think
So
they're the really dope thing that I love about the metal releases this year is that we're seeing a lot of older bands, or like a lot of the big names are coming back with real heat.
They are. Yes.
That is, because
saying,
I
hey,
mean,
we're still
fucking
here.
Yeah.
Mastodon just dropped an album that
A double album.
is the best thing they've done since their first 4.
Okay.
It is.
I love it.
I love it. It's fucking awesome.
That is definitely a trend that even before pandemic I started picking up on. I was like, there was just a handful of bands where it just felt like every release was just trying to out heavy the last ones. But I'm talking about like bigger bands, not like smaller ones that typically do that anyway. But like Hatebreed or Lamb of God or Bodum or Devil Driver, any of these. Like, it just always felt like they were trying to ramp it. Cannibal, where they always trying to felt like they were ramping it up. And that seems to be continuing now even. There's been supposedly there's been a fucking Anthrax album in the work for like 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah.
That's
We
supposed to
can
be
only hope.
just gnarly. Like, supposed to be super duper heavy.
That wouldn't
So-
surprise me either, because out of the big 4, their new albums in the 2010s have been the
The
best.
last was what,
I agree.
2014, 2016?
Yeah,
like,
something
there.
like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Like
Doesn't matter.
Megadeth's Dystopia was dope, but the other 2 records that they did, 13 and
Yeah.
13 was okay.
It was okay.
Super Collider sucks.
I didn't care for it.
hate it.
Hate
it.
Their releases in 2000 to 2010 I liked, but from 2010 to 20, not so much.
Yeah, because System Has Failed is a great
Great
return
album.
to form.
Great album.
It's so underrated.
yeah.
Like,
It's-
I really
I
wish
love
they
that
would
album.
kick out some of those songs.
Um,
United Abomination's great.
great album.
Endgame is the best for me.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Like, for me,
Yeah, I like
that
that
one
one.
is the best since Rust in Peace. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's up. Yeah,
I
it's
like it
definitely
better
up
than
there.
I like it better than Countdown.
And then, I mean, Slayer's releases were always great. But Slayer
they
and Metallica didn't release nearly as much as the other two of the big four either. So.
They only Slayer only missed on Repentless for me. I didn't like Repentless.
I feel that.
But I mean, I was diehard Hanneman. I always thought that he was the superior writer of the two.
Jeff was
Fair
the
enough.
evil.
So when he took that out,
Yeah.
you know,
No shame
not
to
that
Gary
Carrie
Cole.
don't got great
Him
songs.
do.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just kind of felt like
Yeah. But,
Repentless missed a little bit, but it's all right. They fucking ended on in the best way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're still on top.
yep.
So it's cool.
Yes, they are.
You know?
They went out on the highest note. But yeah, no, I think that is a trend, and it's a trend that I like. Everybody coming. Yeah, we're still here, and we're fucking heavy still.
Goddamn
Yeah.
right. We
But yeah, like Mastodon,
Yeah.
they're fucking at it. Between the Buried and Me brought it back. Not that
Exodus.
they were ever bad. Exodus, yeah.
just
But I
talking
mean,
about it.
again, ever since Tempo of the Damned, they've been sick.
Yeah.
I thought Blood and
Yeah.
Blood Out was great too.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
But
Great album.
fucking Trivium,
Yep.
their newest album is my favorite thing they've done since Shogun.
Goddamn.
I love
Okay.
it. I love it. I
Hell
think
yeah.
it's really good. There's a lot. Like a lot of the older bands are really just ramping it up.
Yeah. It's really cool to see. It is. And it's also cool to see weird shit. Like this, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this Scion project.
Oh,
It's Howard Jones and
yeah,
Jared Dines.
Dines.
That whole album just got released on Friday.
Saw that.
And I mean, I've only heard the 3 singles so far, but I got the album, and I'm just waiting to hear the rest of it. But I'm looking forward to it. Like it's
Yeah.
that the 3 singles blew me away. I thought he was sounding heavier than ever.
Hell yeah, that's
So,
good. That's good.
It's
Yeah.
cool he's doing
Check
music
that out.
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, man. I was just looking at an album too. I had it and I totally forgot it. One that we've been sharing around, some newer band. I think they were on $20 Spin. Atrabilis,
Oh.
Sapien.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, I've heard
Just
of
some
this. I haven't heard it yet though.
Brutal shit. Been a lot of on that round. I forget what label they're on, but those guys are cool. $20 Spin's been putting out some stuff. There's a band called Worm.
I don't think they're. Are they 20?
I think they are.
Oh.
Band called Worm put out an album called Foreverglade.
Yeah.
Primo Doom Death, super slow but technical. It's like a
Like that.
slow cryptopsy, but like swampy.
Okay. Okay. Little boggy.
Cool, yeah, cool. It's cool shit. I'm a weird motherfucker. That new Bungle was sick.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, that's the only Mr. Bungle. I don't really like Mr.
Not a
Bungle,
Bungle fan.
but I liked that. I liked that. That was
Fair
cool.
enough.
Yeah.
Lombardo
yeah.
and Scott Ian being on it definitely helped.
That's sick.
Archspire's new record,
You like that one?
dude, it's fucking.
I heard that one.
Honestly, I
Pretty
think that's one of the best tech death releases I've ever heard.
Hell yeah.
Like, and that's saying something. I don't know. They were just one of those bands where it's like, I like it, but I can't listen to this a lot
I get
because
that.
it's fucking bonkers the whole time.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
just something missing that I wanted out of it, and they nailed it with the new record. I think I listen to it 3-4 times a week.
Hell yeah. Damn, for you, that's a lot. Like, you usually only give them a spin or two.
Mhm. Well, it's easy because it's fucking 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Well, that helps.
Like, it's
Yeah.
just
That,
goes.
it's in and out, yeah.
But you remember all of it.
Yeah.
Like, it really sticks with you. I think they did a really good job with that this time.
Fuck yeah.
I've been jamming on the new Obscura. Fun.
The new Obscura is good.
Yeah.
I like the new Obscura. I think that they did having Christian Menzer and JP back on the fucking bass definitely helped.
Hell yeah.
Made me feel like I was listening to Cosmogenesis again.
Nice.
Tasty.
In a good way, though.
Yes.
Hell yeah. All right. Hell yeah. I wanted to ask a little bit, do a little 2021 retrospective sort of, favorite
Forgetting
shows,
a whole
favorite
bunch,
bands.
But those are the
Oh
ones
yeah.
we've been on,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I'll organize my list.
Yeah, that is something that I know Aaron and I want to talk. If you wanted to be involved in that, that thing that we do, you are more than welcome. As
Yeah,
always,
we'll
everybody.
just we won't do it the way we did it the last time. That was long as fuck. That was
hilarious.
Yeah, right.
Someday I'm gonna fucking put that out in a different way and make it 10 times more awesome, because that is worth people hearing, because
Yeah.
it's a great conversation.
Break it up into a mini series.
I mean, it's already broken up on YouTube
4 parts
into
isn't
four
it?
Damn,
parts
dude.
over an hour long each.
Yeah.
But oh man, that was epic.
Yeah.
That was a
It
good
was
time.
something.
That was a good time. It was a good time.
Yeah. No, I'll be doing 100 again, but I think I'm just gonna stick it to tiny little transcripts instead of trying because I burnt myself out hard on that.
Yeah, you went pretty hard on your own.
So much that I didn't do a list in
last
2020.
year. Yeah.
I was just like, fuck that, dude. I
Yeah.
don't
On
want to
2020, I will say new Deftones, and I'll leave it at that. New Deftones Ohms was great.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
There's actually
I'm not a
some
big Deftones
surprising ones.
person, but it's
Yeah.
cool.
There's some surprising ones that not for me myself, but I think a lot of my top ones weren't even death metal.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm. I think Acacia Strain's new record was probably my most listened to record last year.
Aaron fucking loves that album.
It's good.
Yeah,
It's really
yeah.
fucking good.
Yeah.
I love it.
He's
makes me-
he's shown me a lot of it. It's pretty damn
Just want to
good.
do a little fucking.
Oh, fuck.
You're fine.
Sorry, Eddie.
Yeah.
But man, yeah, it's just it has been fucking awesome. So it's exciting. It's exciting to hear that you got some new stuff in the works.
Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe potentially we'll see some of it next year. That would be cool.
I think we will on a live setting.
Oh,
At
that'd be
least.
sick. That'd be
But-
sick. Man, it would be really awesome. Well, I mean, I already told both of you this, that I found out the owner of Sumerian Records, Ash Avildsen, acquired the rights to Mayhem Fest, and he's bringing that back next year.
Oh, that's cool.
So Mayhem Fest will be back. Apparently, there's talks of Warped Tour coming back next year.
Yeah, they've kind of half-assed done that already.
Yeah, true.
But on a full scale, that would be cool.
But there's at least rumors. There's that. There's but I'm really hoping Michigan Metal Fest comes back in a big bad way, because that is such a great time.
Yeah.
I don't think it will.
Really?
Steve's a busy guy.
Yeah.
Can't blame him.
He
No.
does a lot, and I don't know.
He's got his own business. He's really busy with that stuff. If it happens again, oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But if not,
Yeah.
like totally get it.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
It's a busy dude.
Absolutely, it is just such a fun and unique and awesome opportunity for how many times does a little local metal band get to go to a festival and
Play
have their own
outside.
tent, play outside on a big stage,
Right.
have your own set up tent and everything, your own little section.
That was the cool draw. It was like it gave that platform to us local guys have been around for a minute,
Right.
Newer guys to go like, hey, this is good exposure. It was a fun platform for that. It was really good for the scene. But
It felt like a Mayhem festival for locals.
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
And they captured that really well. They pulled it off.
And the people
They definitely
appreciated it.
Yeah, there nothing. It was God. How many? There's only 3 of them, weren't there? Three or 4 Metal Fests.
Mayhem Fest.
Metal
Oh.
Fest. Michigan
Sorry,
Metal,
Metal
Fest.
Fest. We played 2. There were, I
3.
think there were 3 or 4.
There was supposed to be the
fourth one.
and
Yeah.
because we
COVID.
were supposed to be on it.
Right.
Yeah, the
right.
COVID canceled
That's
that.
right. So so there's only 3 that ever even happened.
We
so
played,
of
what?
course they had a couple hitches a couple times,
Yeah.
but I mean at the end of the day I think it was a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Those were always
It was
fun.
definitely good for
fun
us.
times. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we always that was the big one, was that we always made a lot of money.
Hell yeah. That's cool.
We did.
I mean that is a big deal. What, mostly merch sales?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge.
It's just what
So-
you do as a local band.
Yeah, so that's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We get some more stuff like that, and you guys get some more opportunities to be on some bigger shows like that. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
I was talking to a lot of guys the last show we just played, a lot of the Detroit friends, everybody kind of, I think we all have the idea of like, this year was kind of, we're testing the waters,
Yes.
we're doing these shows, not in like big quantity, but hey, here's this show. And
Yeah.
then it's, the draws are big because I feel like the shows were kind of spaced out. Nobody was playing over top of each other.
Right.
We were testing the waters this year, kind of getting the feel for stuff again. Now next year, fucking game on.
Right.
I can
Yep.
already sense it right now, dude. It's gonna be just slamming next year. It's gonna be crazy.
I mean, there like you guys already talked about that Meshuggah show. There's already been that. Did you guys see that cattle decaf announcement
Mm-hmm. Yeah. At the shelter.
at the shelter, bro? Like,
son of a bitch.
I almost guarantee that's gonna get moved upstairs to St. Andrews. Like, there's no way.
They're gonna sell out so fast.
So fast, dude. Like, that is gonna be, and they're finally getting a tour Death Atlas. Like, that is just gonna be unreal.
Right.
Unfucking real.
Extra pissed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cannibal Corpse coming around with Whitechapel and Revocation and
Oh, yeah.
Shadow of Intent.
God damn, that's gonna be nuts.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. Where's that gonna be? Is that St. Andrews too?
No, it's Majestic.
Oh. Yeah. Oh. Oh, I gotta go to that. That's the first time I ever saw Cannibal. And I saw someone disappear.
Uh-huh.
My cousin and I were standing there on the side while Cannibal was playing, and like there was like the main crowd, and they're moshing, doing their thing, and there was kind of some other moshing going on like behind it where the crowd was a little bit looser, and there was a girl standing there, and behind her came these two gorillas of human beings, just these massive sized people, just charging into the pit.
God.
And so here's her, here's them, and just goes poof, and she vanished, bro. We couldn't find her for the rest of the night. Whatever happened to that girl? Gone. Just gone. Like, that was the first time I ever saw Cannibal Corpse. It was nuts. It was like
dude,
the 25th year Metal Blade anniversary tour.
Shit. Yeah,
Like
I saw a dude, not during Cannibal Corpse, but Body Count played before him. I saw a dude who had to be like almost 7 foot tall get hit in the back of the legs, pirouetted, and fell face first in a DTE's parking lot at a Mayhem Fest in 2014. Yeah. And then Cannibal Corpse came on next. So yeah, no, Cannibal Corpse is fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that's the most brutal thing you've seen at a show?
No, absolutely not.
What's the most brutal thing you've seen at a show?
I can't remember if it
Hey,
was...
he's interviewing you.
No, please.
Burton.
I can't remember if it... I want to say it was a Mayhem Fest. Yeah, it wasn't Ozfest, because Mayhem Fest always had the 2 stages in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And so it was out at the parking lot. I don't even remember who was playing, to be totally honest. I don't think I was specifically paying attention to who was playing. I think I was just trying to find my group of people. And the crowd had broken up into like 3 little mosh pits. And so I kept jumping from mosh pit to like get a clear view across to try to find somebody. And in one of the pits, there was just this drunk asshole who was throwing bows and fists. Crowd didn't like that.
Yeah.
So somebody gave him a fucking shoulder, got him on the ground, and then the rest of the pit attacked him.
Oh, wow.
And just started bouncing his head off the concrete and shit. And I was just standing there just like watching with my eyes while I was like 17 years old. And fucking this lady next to me literally leans over to her friend next to her and goes, I am a nurse. I work in an emergency room. He is not going to be okay. And I went, oh my God.
Oh, man.
That's definitely one of the most brutal things I've ever
fucked,
seen.
dude.
Yeah, that was fucked up. What about you?
Oh, well, I guess by all technicalities, it would be the King 810 incident at Black and Moon.
I don't know if I know this.
You don't know this?
I don't think I do.
You know what the Black and Moon was?
I've been to the Black and Moon, and I know who King 810 are, and I know their reputation.
Yeah. Well, King 810 is...
And I also know the Black and Moon's reputation.
Yeah. King 810 is essentially the reason why the Black and Moon doesn't exist anymore. They kind of like sparked the flame, and then another event burned it. But
Fair enough.
So my old band got put on to play this show. It was the Contortionist.
Oh, okay.
And it was
Heard of them.
it was the release of their second full length, Intrinsic.
Oh, okay.
So they weren't like big yet. You know,
Yeah.
like I mean, Exoplanet did good things for them or whatever.
Right.
But they were still kind of like,
Stop.
2
albums in.
playing the Black and
Before
Moon.
their
Right.
big one.
Yeah. Yeah, the Black and Moon. Okay. Just anybody that doesn't know, the Black and Moon was not your typical music venue.
No.
It was, correct me if I'm wrong, it was bring your own beer.
Bringing your own cocaine might be more accurate.
Yeah. Like it was bring your own anything you want to do and you can do it here.
Yep.
and it was just it was like an empty. It almost looked like a VFW hall or something like that with a stage thrown in the end of the hallway.
It's on MLK. It's where Fantasies is.
Yeah. It was always connected to a sex shop.
Yeah. It's connected to that sex shop, right? And the venue is in the back. Yeah.
And for a small amount of time at least, right? There was this sex shop and then the venue, but there was a doorway that led between them, and in between them there was like a little area where you could go like buy records and CDs and stuff.
Yep.
So I did go to that CD store once or twice.
Oh yeah, no, that place is
Ignore the weird shit. I want a record.
Yeah.
Like if you wanted anything super underground, like they had it.
That was why I went. Yeah, they had some weird shit.
Bon Hasso had it, man.
Yeah.
Bon Hasso's the fucking man. Always is. Always will be. I still hang out with that dude.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but so yeah, no, I mean, people talk about how Max Bar was a lawless wasteland.
They've never been to the Black Moon.
Max Bar doesn't compare to the Black Moon.
Max was a tame boy.
Yeah. Yeah, and Max was something else.
We miss it dearly.
Yes. But so yeah, it was the Contortionist and Jeff Loomis.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Jeff Loomis was at the Black Moon.
Son of a bitch.
That's crazy.
That's the fucking dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, supporting the Contortionist. Isn't that crazy?
That's very wild. That's wild.
I mean, that makes sense before Arch Enemy.
Right?
Yeah.
With
way before.
Chimp Spanner he's a guy. He's a guy from from the United Kingdom.
Okay.
Really cool shredder. And Seven Horn, Seven Eyes. That is the vocalist of Ovid's Withering. He used to be in that band.
Oh.
Well, not the now vocalist, but the then vocalist. We don't talk about the now Ovid's Withering.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So yeah, he was in that band. And actually, before they were anything, it was a special appearance from Fit for an Autopsy.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah, they only had. I can't remember the name of the record, but the first record.
Okay.
Like the very first one.
Yeah.
Before Hellbound. So.
Wow.
Yeah. They only had the one, and I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Will Putney was actually playing with them at this time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
that's already an insane lineup.
Right, but
the idea of those people being in that venue blows my fucking mind right now. So,
right. But here's the key thing we need to remember. This is
build-up.
2012. So it was very commonplace for promoters to put like 10 other bands on a national bill, split them between two stages, and say this is a festival.
Yes.
So a touring package with 5 bands now becomes a whole all-day festival at Rinky Dink Black and Moon with 16 bands.
That's insane.
A bunch of locals, and King 810 was one of those bands.
Okay.
And they'd already gotten their notoriety. They weren't like new, but they weren't big yet.
Right.
They weren't. So they had that, they had that thug notoriety about them that made them, really locally infamous. So much to where Bond knew who they were and said, "I don't want them to play," because I guess they had played like maybe a couple months prior and fucked some shit up. I guess King 810, wherever they played, it didn't matter where they played. It didn't matter how far it was. They at least had 40 people coming with them and destroying places. Just fucking shit up. Absolutely. So he didn't want them to come, but the outside promoter brought them in anyway. They just didn't advertise them.
Okay.
And so, local bands play, we play our set, and then all of a sudden these people just kind of shuffle in. And I didn't know anything about the band at the time. I didn't know nothing.
and all of a sudden everybody's fucking fighting each other.
Oh my god.
Like literal just beating ass. I remember there was in the back room there was a couch while the band was playing. Some guy had spin kicked somebody that was on the couch, and the guy got annoyed with it and shoved the guy off, and then all of a sudden like 5 King 810 fans swarmed the guy on the couch and just beat the absolute piss out of him.
Oh my god.
Like stomping like blood everywhere. Oh, it was ridiculous.
Holy shit.
So they keep going, and they're like over their set time by quite a bit. Mind you, I had my family there, so that was cool. And my then girlfriend, who was also very innocent. So they're super over their set time, and they're starting to fuck with the touring package in their sets. So sound guy cuts the power to the stage.
Right.
And he starts getting all pissed off. The vocalist is like up in his face about it or whatever. He's like, dude, you guys have been playing too long. You got to get off stage.
Yeah.
You have to. So much to where now the King 810 fans are starting to destroy everything that they can. King 810 had like a pyrotechnic set up in the place. Like it had like some guy in a cage that I guess was pyrotechnically trained.
Huh.
And so they poured lighter fluid all over the bar and all over a person. And they had like a barbed wire ladder that they were using as a prop or something. So some guy was swinging that around, fucking shit up.
Jesus Christ.
And people were like, just filing out. Eventually, like 13 cops and the fire marshal showed up.
Oh my god.
And the whole tour package was like, fuck this, we're leaving. So I think Fit for an Autopsy might have played 2 songs.
Damn. It was just a brawl.
Oh yeah.
It was just a fucking madness.
It was insane. I've never seen so many people get beat up.
God damn. Yeah, I did not know that story. Holy shit.
Yeah, no, that's insane. And the crazy part is that King 810 like didn't do anything after that for like maybe a year and a half, so everybody just thought they just went away. They were done. Well, turns out the story had gotten so much notoriety. I remember seeing people in Japan writing about it.
Wow.
Yeah. Like publications were picking up on it hard.
That's
Metal Sucks
wild.
had it. Metal Injection had it.
Wow.
Decibel had it. All of them.
Holy shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah,
God
it was
damn.
a big fucking deal. So everybody thought King 810 was just done, and then the next thing, like year and a half later, they're doing a UK run with Slipknot and Korn.
Now they're bringing AK-47s on stage, I guess.
Yep.
Because that's a fucking stage prop.
That's been a thing for a few years.
Right. They finally got called out a couple years ago, but yeah.
They toured. I knew they toured with Slipknot. That's insane.
Yep.
That's insane.
But now they're kind of like not shit again. I haven't heard anything about King 810 in the longest time.
I've seen their shows get advertised, but I haven't seen them in the news.
Yeah.
So I know they've been playing at least somewhat. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it's not a riot every single damn time they play. Yeah, because it gets to a level. It gets to a level when you're whatever chaos can happen during your set time. That's one thing. But like if you're taking over, if you're stepping on set times and you're the local and you're fucking up the national acts and getting the cops called, then that's where we gotta kind of come
can't
on.
use we're in the band. That's not an excuse for behavior like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the thing is that's the thing too, is that they never really paraded around like they were hiding behind that.
Yeah.
Right.
They just were.
Yeah. No. They yeah. I wouldn't exactly say I don't know much about them, but I wouldn't exactly say I ever heard them curving into it. But they never really tried to separate from it either. That's for sure.
That's the thing. Yeah, they I mean, I'm sure there's some exaggeration to it, but this isn't like Kid Rock talking about growing up in some dumpy trailer in Detroit. He, and actually lived in fucking Rochester Hills,
right?
In a 12,000 square yard home,
right? What about you, Alex? You got any most brutal thing? And I'm talking include whether you were a fan or something you saw happen from the stage.
Honestly,
too.
yeah, no, like the one I said there. I saw some dude. To elaborate on that story, I quickly told a little bit ago. It was Mayhem Fest 2014.
Mm-hmm.
I went with some friends. They were there for Avenged Sevenfold. I'm not a metalcore guy. Not my thing. But I'm like, fuck it.
When was this?
2014.
So yeah, they weren't even metalcore anymore.
Yeah, it's whatever they were with that new album.
Guns N' Roses Light, maybe.
Pretty much, right?
No, I'm just playing. I like Avenged Sevenfold. So.
They heard the Black Album once and said, "Yeah, we're gonna do that." No, we were there. I'm like, "Fuck it." My friend's saying, "Hey, I'll pay for your ticket." Korn is there. I'm not a Korn fan, but they're cool.
Yeah, they have a really good live show.
Oh, dude,
I'll give them that.
They're a cool.
Love to see Korn.
They're sick live.
They're a cool band to say I've seen them live just because they're fun. Because Jonathan Davis is a one-man show.
Yeah.
But so in the parking lot, that's where Cannibal Corpse was.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Ice-T's Body Count was. Mushroom Head was there.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting the other bands. That was a while ago now. And
Is Mushroom Head a thing still?
I don't think so.
I think like off and on. I think
I don't think they put out any music. I think they still tour.
They'll still play from time to time. Yeah.
So I was there. My two friends. It was someone I went to school with, and then their SL, their +1. They had no interest in Cannibal Corpse, and I'm like, well, this is one of my favorite fucking bands. Mm-hmm. That's when Kill came out. So I'm like, yeah.
Wait, no, Torture.
Or sorry, Torture.
Yeah.
So they were playing on Kill, and they were saying, hey, Torture's going to come out.
Because Kill was 2006.
That's right. I'm not that old. So it was Cannibal Corpse first. Saw them. First time I saw them, I just shit my pants. Mm-hmm. Like it's fucking Cannibal Corpse, dude.
Yeah.
That's cool being the first experience seeing Cannibal Corpse, though.
That was my first death metal band, and then I joined Recorruptor. So 2 years afterward. My favorite thing about that whole thing, side story, was they opened up with a song. I forgot what it was now. And Corpse Grinder walks out and he goes, "All right, you motherfuckers," and he stops and he's pointing around the crowd, and he's like, "All you boyfriends out there," he goes, "Your women aren't here to see you; they're here to see me." He goes, "You can fuck off," and then I'm pretty sure they played. I think that was the intro to Hammer Smash Face, but Corpse Grinder being the goof that he is, that was a ton of fun. So they did their thing. They got off stage, super cool, just blew me the fuck away. Mm-hmm. Little 17 whatever impression on me was like, well, this is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
So I saw them and I'm like, oh fuck, Body Count's going on, and I vaguely knew him. I'm like, well, it's Ice-T's band.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Body Count's sick.
I'm not gonna not see fucking Ice-T, the world-renowned rapper, thrash metal vocalist, and actor. Yeah. So they get 2-3 songs into their set, and I saw this guy carry over from Cannibal Corpse over into their pit, their crowd, on the DTE parking lot, off to the left side, left side there, like before the hill.
Yep.
And they're doing their thing. They're fucking in there around one of the walkways. And this guy's he's in the pit. He's doing this shit. This guy had to be at least like 6'7", 6'8", just a big motherfucker, probably at least 400 pounds. I don't know. The man was gigantic. He's running around the pit, and Cop Killer. And then they open, and then they started playing Cop Killer. They had the police sirens going. This dude starts running around, and I saw somebody come behind him with just a bump, but the person was short. They got him right in the back of the legs.
Oh,
I saw this dude do a fucking ballerina pirouette, right? He circled on down and just face planted into the concrete. Yeah, they played their set. The EMTs came in. It took 7 men to pick this guy up and carry him out on a stretcher.
All right, you get a foot. You get a foot.
Yeah,
you get a
basically,
foot."
they all grabbed an inch and said, "All right, we're moving." And these men were like, this was a big dude that got knocked down. He had the fucking black metal spikes. He had face paint.
Oh
like
my
this dude
God.
was in it.
Okay.
He got knocked the fuck out.
Holy
Besides that,
shit.
recently, a friend of the band's got thrown pretty crazy into a mosh pit and damn near
Oh yeah,
broke his
last
arm.
week. Yeah,
At the
last
Carnage
week.
show?
yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, there is some big dude that was getting a little too
Getting rowdy.
aggressive.
Yeah.
I didn't personally see it.
Fair
I was
enough.
too focused on doing what I
Destroying.
Doing our thing, yeah.
But yeah, I did catch poor Travis. Fucking go
We
flying.
hope you're good, Trev.
Yeah, he had to like be in a sling the rest of the time.
Oh,
We got off stage and I went to talk to him, and here he is, and I don't know who did. Someone wrapped a t-shirt around his arm. I walked outside and I said, "Fuck, man, are you good?" He's like, "It was still fun." He's like, "I saw your guys' set, fuck it." I'm like, shit, that's a diehard, dude.
I walked into, one time I got to I'm sure I told you guys this story. I walked into a Bog Race show. They were like 30 fucking seconds into the first song. And I just got in there. I was like, fuck, I'm late. So I kind of beeline around the crowd. It's at the Loft. And I go to the far side of the stage. And I somehow ended up right at the edge of the pit while someone's doing that thing and catches me right in the fucking
God.
nose.
Yeah.
I put my hand up to my face and I feel the blood.
Oh, yeah.
So I just book
I feel like
right
I
back to the
remember
bathroom because there was a whole line of blood from the fucking pit to the bathroom and fucking shattered my nose. The only thing I was mad about, I didn't see the set. That's the only thing I was actually pissed about because I was like,
Sounds
you know
about
what?
right.
And then fuck, even on Halloween, I was during convalescence maybe or something like that. Someone went down right next to me, so I plant my feet and I go down to scoop them up, and someone just bouncing through the pit stomps my foot. Had to be on ice for 3 days after that.
Fuck, man.
Hey,
you ever been fucked
the
up
way
at
of
a
the pit.
show?
Besides the time when Car Bomb was going and I slammed my fucking head into your shoulder,
Oh yeah.
that hurt. I thought I broke my
You guys-
nose for a minute.
You guys have never hit each other on stage with a guitar or anything?
Oh.
Oh, wait a minute. Dude, okay.
I have a
Seth,
few.
Seth, I'm telling the story for you, motherfucker. So, the last show, Souls of Limbo.
Oh, that's not even what I was thinking.
Well,
of.
yeah, but I don't know. Last Souls of Limbo, when it goes da 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 da, we hit that open note about just over a minute in. Seth dives down and he up picks the note.
Okay.
Well, he brought his guitar up. And he
Okay.
smashed himself in the fucking nose, and he was just bleeding the
Smashed
rest of the set.
himself?
Yeah, I looked over, I'm doing my thing. I look over, I see him bleeding, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
What is this?
yeah.
Oh.
No, I've never hurt myself at a show like that. I don't pit because I'm a fragile boy.
So, back in the early days of Recorruptor, there was a place called House of the Holy.
Okay.
All the Dead Hour Noise guys lived there,
Okay.
and they used to throw shows in the basement.
Oh, all right.
So
All
we
right.
would play there. And Dustin had just restrung his guitar and clipped the fucking strings. Now, this was before he had that Kiesel that didn't have the headstock.
Yes.
He had a Schecter.
Okay. Oh.
So,
And I knows what those headstocks look like.
yeah. So,
Pointy.
Very.
so we were fucking playing. And it's a cramped, you could probably fit 30 people in the basement.
Okay. So
you
it's like
know?
a house show situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
And, what are you doing?
You're good.
Piss your pants.
Might.
So, very cramped, and we were getting all sorts of into it like we do. And next thing I know, I don't remember who, I think it was Megan Harlow, fucking just comes up, and she's, trying to get my attention. I'm like, what? And she fucking, rubs on my back, and there's just, blood everywhere.
On you?
On her hand, yeah. So Dustin had been going so crazy with his guitar. Like I mentioned, he had just clipped the strings on his headstock, and he had just stabbed my back 20 fucking times.
Oh my god.
So there was just holes all over my back, and I didn't know.
Because you were just going.
Because I was just
Adrenaline.
going. I was also drunk, so
Well, that'll help.
yeah. So
I've cut my
there's
fucking
that.
fingers open on after clipping strings off headstock. So yeah, that'll mess you up.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep. So that was fun. And then back in the old days of my old band, Seth used to have a dime Razorback Explosion.
I think he still does, doesn't he?
He still does.
Yeah.
He
I've
just
seen it.
doesn't play it.
Yeah.
But that used to be his main guitar.
Beautiful guitar.
And this was at the Black and Moon actually. And he was going super fucking hard and I wasn't paying attention. He threw that headstock right into my forehead. And it left a mark that stayed there for like a week.
Oh,
dude, it hurt so bad. I don't know how like I didn't like fucking get knocked out from that shit, cuz that hurt so bad.
that's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. Show injuries. Hey, it's the way. When I got hit in the nose, I was like, I've been in a lot of pits and I've never been seriously injured. So I guess I was due.
Oh, I have.
It makes
My
me weary.
first one, my first one was during Testament. It was Anthrax headlining with Testament and Death Angel at the Orbit Room.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was nuts.
Very good one.
Yeah, my dad took me. I was just a little youngin' and whatever. And Testament starts playing Into the Pit. And it was that was my first pit ever.
Nice.
God
I was like,
damn.
okay, this is it. This is how it goes. I can't not pit for Into the Pit.
It's the point of the song.
Well, of course, everybody else felt the same. Everybody's in the pit.
Yep.
And I cracked a rib. Somebody got me, and yeah, I had a hard time. Like, once in a while, I'll still feel it if I move wrong. But yeah, it's right.
You
It's
just go,
right.
damn it,
Wow.
Testament.
Yep. Yep. So that was
man.
cool. And then one of the many times I'd seen The Devil Wears Prada, which is weird, and people don't think I'm a fan of that band. Wouldn't think I'm a fan of that band, but they're tight, and their live shows were tight. I don't know how they are now. I haven't seen them in a long time. But
I have heard very good things about their live
yeah,
performance.
they used to be insane.
Yeah.
And one of the times I chipped this front tooth pretty good.
Oh, damn.
Yep. That was something. And then, other than that, oh yeah, last year, or no, not. Yeah, no, right before COVID, I saw Rivers of Nile
Oh, okay.
headline on Where Owls Know My Name.
At the Sanctuary?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And some dude, it was only their third song too, dude. That's what sucked. Their third song, somebody jumped off the stage, but I didn't know they were up there. They kind of came from a weird angle
Okay.
and jumped right at me. And I don't know if they were wearing a steel toe boot or something, but they fucking booted right on the top of my head and knocked me out for like 15 seconds.
Holy shit.
Like, I was just out and a bunch of people like picked me back up, and yeah,
Woo!
I stayed down there for like a song and a half more, and then I was like, I'm sorry, Crystal, I can't do this anymore, dude.
Someone
my head
just knocked me the fuck out.
Yeah, I thought I might have had a
damn.
concussion,
If you get knocked out, it's possible. Like,
Yeah.
anytime you get knocked out.
but I wasn't like
that's on the
throwing
table.
up or nothing. I
Right.
wasn't,
You could remember everything?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Like-
then you didn't have any of the other. You might have just gotten knocked out. Just rocked.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens too. Woo! God damn. Well, fuck. All right. I mean, we've been going for an hour and a half, so
Yeah.
and that's a pretty good note to end on. Some fucked up injury stories. I like it. I like it. Anything at all that you guys want to direct people to promote for Recorruptor? Anything at all right now? Plug away.
Just keep with us, we're gonna be taking some time off, so it'll be a little quiet, but it'll be worth it.
Where do we go to find merch?
Bandcamp,
Bandcamp.
recorruptor.bandcamp.com.
Place.
Yeah.
We would definitely appreciate it if people check that out, because we are kind of like on low stock for stuff
Trying to
right
sell
now.
out.
So anything we can get rid of so we can re-up.
Make way for new too.
That would be great.
Yeah. So Bandcamp, you guys, I obviously got all your social medias.
Mm-hmm.
Instagram,
Music's
Facebook.
everywhere. Apple
Yep.
Music, Pandora,
All streaming services.
Spotify, Amazon
Yes.
Prime,
Yes.
LimeWire.
Napster, maybe. Don't tell Lars Ulrich.
But all right. Well, yeah, everybody be sure to check out all things Recorruptor.
Cool.
Always go get your physical funeral corridor if you've been under a fucking rock. But yeah, guys, thank you. These are always some of my favorite episodes whenever I get to have you guys on. And so this is always very special for me, and this was a great one. So I'll end this recording and then we'll be done. But yeah, thank you all. Thank you all for listening. You have been beautiful. This has been Recorruptor. Good night.
Peace out.
you.
Tip your waitress.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's episodes like this that just like make my heart warm. Like, I can't tell you what it means to me that anybody would want to be on the show to begin with, but like for them, they were literally like I think they were the first band we ever had in studio, going back to the first like 50 episodes. I think they were the first band we ever had in studio, maybe even before Bog Wraith. I could be wrong about that, but I think I'm right. And it's just, they keep coming back and they still want to be on, and they're family. They're family at this point. They're brothers. They're Crypt Crew for life. And any chance I get to see, I don't get to see them enough. So any chance I get to is just special for me because I fucking love these guys so much. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Lost in the Dark podcast. If you're still listening right now, that means you've made it all the way to the end and you're my fucking hero. But that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you, Clint and Alex. Thank you, Recorruptor, for showing us the love and support you always have. And we will always do the same for you guys. The Crypt is as much your home as it is mine as far as I'm concerned. So you guys are always welcome back anytime ever for anything. And I always hope to see you again soon. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode. I hope you all enjoyed Recorruptor on Lost in the Dark podcast. They will be back. Always. They will always be back. So that's the best part about them. So, and just a quick reminder, links to all things Recorruptor are in the description below. So don't forget to check out all things Recorruptor. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. And as always, we got a lot more coming. But until next time, raise your fucking horns and bang your goddamn heads, Crypt Crew, to some motherfucking Recorruptor. We love you all to death. Good night. Bah.